4G.
Yeah, it's on.
You
Ow.
Okay, let's like and share from my new studio. From my studio. That's ridiculous, isn't it? It says we're live, but there's nothing going. No, nothing seen yet. Can you see it yet?
Yeah.
Oh, I can. Oh, hang on. What's going on here then? No, she hasn't zoomed it in, the donut.
What do you mean?
Look at the picture I've got.
Yeah, how'd you zoom it in?
Oh,
Oh, is that right?
I don't know.
Oh, hang on, everyone. There you go. That's it.
It doesn't seem to have made a difference.
Yeah, it does. Doesn't that make a difference, everyone?
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Well, that's
Look,
the
that's the
picture.
picture I've got.
Well, I haven't got that picture.
Well, you're a fool then. Better, yes,
Right,
see?
I'm on. Okay, we're in. All right, okay, a few technical problems. Normally to do with the backroom staff, as you can see, the presenter's okay. The presenter's doing his job. However, the backroom staff, the camera lady, the presenter is okay. The camera lady is on a fucking queer one again. Right, okay, so let me just like and share this in a few places, because that's what I have to do to get this audience up and running. Pre-drinking on Friday, but this is now for me. What day is it today? Day 4, no drink.
Did you
Day
share it on
number
your
4,
Phil
no drink.
Campion page.
I haven't shared it anyway yet, Wendy.
Oh.
I'm just trying to get to it now. So here we go. I'm just going to share it. Share to a page. I've got my coffee on tonight. I've got my coffee. I've got my coffee. So you know I'll be drinking that up. Because that drives me mad. Absolutely mad. Just a few more places to share, folks. And I'll be straight with you. Always takes a while, this bit. Facebook, if you're watching, you could sort it out here for me. Have you still got a big picture? Because I've still only got half a screen on mine. Don't know what's going on there. Okay, share to a page.
We've got some angry faces there. Who's that then?
Angry faces. Who's that then? Looks great. New set. It is a new set. Isn't it? It's a brand new set for Big Phil. What's with all the angry faces?
Is it Emma? She's putting an angry face up. Emma,
No,
are you
it's not
putting an
Emma.
angry face up? Stop it.
Emma, don't be stupid, or else I'll come around and slap your skinny ass. Shit face. What that? I'm gonna ban you in a minute, Emma. I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna ban you. You will be banned. The emu will be no more on my show if she can't behave herself, and I shall get the general public to boo you. They will as well. Got my pre-workout on. Dibs Johnson's watching. Good evening, Dibsy Johnson. Good evening, folks from Vernie Watson. Was expecting Trevor McDonald. I need to get some. I might have to do a proper set next week where I wear a Trevor McDonald's 70s suit. That'd be all right, wouldn't it? I should go to the charity shop and I'll get myself a Trevor McDonald 70s suit for next week, and we'll have a news round night. News round with Big Phil. Remember that? That was right, wasn't it? Hello, big man. That's Glenn Wood, Colin Brooks. Okay, what are we doing tonight then? Well, it's pre-drinks, and I've got my coffee, because I'm off the booze, which is a good thing. Billy Collier, hello, leg end. You see my video then? I posted a video today, an advert for Soft Rep, so, like I say, the stuff's coming on now. I'm managing to edit a few simple things, so we've got to now convert them into a bit. Just start picking it up. So I'm playing with this technology now, and as you can see, I've set up myself a little studio. I've got all the bits and pieces. I'll post a picture of how it looks in here now, but I've got a little microphone over there, so there's not so much noise distortion. I've got my camera on a proper tripod. I've got lighting, and I've got a backdrop. I mean, come on, folks, I'm spoiling you. I've moved in on my front room. I've completely ruined it, so Wendy's quite happy. Is it 50 cal, Big Phil? Of course it's 50 cal. I only drink 50 cal in the coffee world now. Send you off your fucking rocker. Evening, Phil. Mike Mackey, don't forget. What does Mike Mackey do, everybody? I hear you. He does the bags. So stick him a pound, stand the man a pound, and let's get them bags for the veterans and let's get them on the streets. Because the more he can buy in bulk, the cheaper he gets it, the more veterans he can help. You got it. You know that. So you're there, aren't you? Okay. The reason I've got my website up behind me tonight, www.bornfearless.shop, is because I am having a January clear out turnout sale. Okay, we're going to call it the Big Phil's turnout Just for Wendy, because Wendy loves a good turnout. So we're going to call it Big Phil's turnout. Okay, I'm going to have a great big turnout. So don't buy any gear right now. Go to my website. Okay, go to my website. You'll get hoodies. You'll get t-shirts. You'll get and we really have we've bashed the prices down. I'm making no money on it anymore. We just want to clear the decks. Okay, and then we can bring the new lines in for next year. It really is as simple as that. It's not, I'm not scamming anybody or nothing like that. I really am just clearing the decks, getting all this gear out, and then we can start with the new lines for next year. So Big Phil's turnout is January sale. It beats every other January sale out there, and you don't have to queue. You just got to go online. So there you go. How simple is that? Get yourself to www.born-fillers.shop and get yourself some clobber. And don't be a knobber.
I'll put the link up, but obviously it's there behind you.
There you go. Big Phil's turnout, says Julie Gillespie. Ooh,
yeah.
Big Phil.
Julie's been here for
Wendy,
Big Phil's turnouts.
Julie's witnessed a turnout. I've got the football on. I've even got my live screen over there with the football on and everything now. So it's absolutely ideal, this is. Danny Lyons is watching. Good evening, Danny. How are you, mate? I'll give you a call over the weekend, actually, Danny. We could do a chat about a couple of things. Why don't 22 SAS troop numbers go from 1 to 16? It's all to do with the way it was put together from 2, 1 and 2, 3, breaking down, because if you remember from the lessons I gave before, we basically came from a TA unit, which was 1 and 2 were the originals, and then they went to 2, 3 and 2, 1, from which 1 and 2, from 1 and 2. After the war, I did the lesson, didn't I? From 1 and 2, we then had a situation where they were going to disband it, so they became the Artist Rifles and the TA, which then from 1 and 2 they created 22 SAS, then became 2, 3 and 2, 1 on the out. Mate, it's a long old story, and I've covered it before, but basically it's all to do with the construction and the fact that the regiment was put together. It's the only regiment in the British Army that was constructed from the TA, because every other TA unit is constructed from a regular unit. Long old story, but I will cover it again at some stage for you, I promise. All right. Hi, Danny, says Wendy. Kev Dapson, he's watching. Evening, Kev. I haven't seen you for a while, mate. James Marriott, can I buy your machete you showed the other day? Is it how much? Sorry, big man. Only joking. You can get them, actually. And it's only over there. Look. Always close to hand. You never know what's going to come through the window in this house, mate. You know what I mean? So there you go. There's a machete on the side there. Scott Marshall's watching. Good evening, Scott. How are you? So don't forget, Sunday this weekend, and I think it's on at about 9. It's got to be after the watershed. It's about 9 o'clock. Who Dares Wins team are back. So that'll be Billy, Ollie, Foxy. Billy, Ollie, Foxy. Who's the other? Who's on Who Dares Wins? Billy, Ollie, Foxy.
I can't fit.
Billy, Ollie, Foxy. Billy, Ollie, Foxy. No. Foxy.
Oh, Ant Middleton.
Of course it's Ant. I'm taking the piss, Ant. And I, Jesus Christ, there you go.
Yeah, you forgot.
No, I'm not. I'm taking the piss. Right, anyway, so don't forget, all the guys are going to be on Who Dares. Like I said, it's going to be a great show. They filmed it out in, where's it called, Morocco, up in the Atlas Mountains. So it will be a cracking show. I've seen some of the trailers. The trailers look absolutely superb. They spent a lot of money on it, a lot of assets. They've got helicopters, they've got people jumping in the sea, they're dragging them through the dirt, they're fighting. All sorts of stuff going on. Blank ammunition, explosions, all sorts of stuff going all over the yin yang with them. So it'll be a great show, so please support the lads over there. That'd be a great thing. I think the trailers have had a couple of million views. So they are going to do, the programme is scheduled to do quite well. It's prime time on a Sunday, you know what I mean? That's a good slot to get. So they've done well there. So get behind that. That'll be a great programme to watch. And, yeah, Who Dares Wins on that one, hey? Nicking my straplines and all sorts of bastards. There you go. Not that I'm nicking off the regiment or nothing. Hi, guys. I've just bust a blood vessel in my right eye, says Martin Allen. Oh, dear, I hope that gets better soon, mate. Yeah, that's not the best of news, isn't it? Like, you got one of those big sort of, like, blotchy, like, blobs in your eye, a big red blob in your eye. Hope we can get Who Dares Wins here in Oz, says Bernie Pal. Mate, I am sure nowadays you can go online and get it somewhere. You will be able to get it somewhere or on catch-up somewhere or get some... Eventually, I mean, a weird DVD comes out and all that sort of stuff, but...
A DVD? Who has DVDs nowadays?
I would imagine I still have DVDs.
Well, you haven't got a DVD player.
Mike Mackey's put his thing up, so dump on there. Dump him a quid, and that's that one done. Ian Fowley, good evening, Phil and Wendy, and Andrew from Ian and Emma. Good evening, Ian and Emma, how are you? Robert Di Nicola, any chance of a backdrop with a nice sunny beach? Funnily enough, I have been looking at other backdrops, and I've got a couple. I've got a really nice Union Jack I can use. I've got a camouflage backdrop. I've got this one, and I will be looking at other backdrops. But if anyone wants to send me a backdrop, feel free. I'll put it up. You send me a backdrop, I'll stick it up there, so long as it isn't too pornographic, shall we say, because then Facebook will have issue with me, won't they? But if you want me to do something, I'm sure Crate Club will send me one, and I'm sure, Brandon, you want to send me one as well, for or at least send me the stuff so I can print your gear off and stick it up behind me, because what a nice little thing to have, my own studio. Unbelievable. Right, here we go. Download Channel 4 app in Oz. Yeah, it says Jason Field. Or the other thing you can get is if you go on Puffin and you basically lie to your computer and you give it another, is it a VIN number or something like that, and you go on there and you click on it and it's VIN thing it's called. It's an app that basically tells your computer that you're in the UK, even though you're in thingy, and then you can go on Sky and you can download it straight away, so you can actually get it. That's how I used to do when I travelled, and I still do, but I don't travel.
Darren said, tell Wendy to stop cutting the filming shot till you've said who dares wins. Well, you always say it here, don't you?
Who says that?
Darren.
Said what?
Can tell Wendy to stop cutting the filming short till you've said who dares win, but you always say.
Oh right, yeah. I think there's a bit of it.
Because I always leave it a few seconds.
Yeah, we do try. We'll see how it goes tonight. More technical issues. I've lost the feed, says Dwayne Newton. I don't think anyone else is losing it. The backdrop looks like the Archers at Cambridge Heath Road. Yeah, yeah, it's all right, isn't it? It's groovy. Got a bit of daylight in there. Look. There you go. See, now got a little bit of daylight, so we'll have to But no, that side's that side. There you go. I'm getting all confused. There you go. It's that side. Have to sort that out later on. I took my lads to Sports Manchester Arndale Centre to get their Christmas presents. On the way, was trying to explain what to do in the situation. Fucking useless it was anyway. Told them about where to run kitchen escape route. Didn't have a clue. Anyway, just to sports guess what I'd love. With a machine. yeah. Colin, you're off your fucking tits, son. Right. Funnily enough, right, talking about EDCs, and I do like to slip stuff in as people feed me this stuff. And one of the paramedics was saying to me, a guy called Mark, and I'm going to be doing some more stuff with Mark, so I'll give him a mention later on. He was saying how he always carries a Sharpie with him. Now, there's a lot of stuff you can do with a Sharpie. Obviously, you can see where I'm coming with the old poking and jabbing and stabbing people with it straight away, because it is, it's probably not the best Coubertin in the world, but you can do just about anything you could do with a Coubertin with a Sharpie pen. But what it is very good for is when you've got mass casualties and you've actually done stuff to them, or you've sort of like, one's had a tourniquet on and maybe some's had a painkiller or something like that, you can actually mark them up. And these are great. So, if a guy had a shot of morphine on the battlefield, if the troopers are watching, okay, you can keep these in your kit if you're a trooper. There you go, the bigger. Because, they do say mark people up and tell them what you've done to them and all that sort of stuff. If you write on their arms, it won't come off. If you write on their forehead, it won't come off. So you can actually mark up what's wrong with them. Okay, so when the paramedic comes along, if there's a lot of casualties, they've already been marked up with what you've found on them and what's been done, more importantly. Okay, so if they've had a tourniquet on, you can mark down the time that the tourniquet went on, so that they can now start gauging, when it should come off or when it should be changed or when it should be, all that sort of stuff. So they know what they're doing. But basically, a great bit of kit to carry on your Sharpie, and you can stick that in someone's eye as well. So yeah.
I write something on your forehead now and show people how it works.
Yeah, if you'd like to see how the fucking tourniquet works, after I rip your fucking arm off. Ooh! Right, here we go. Don't know what you've eaten. VPN, that's right, VPN. It's the VPN. It's actually an app called Google VPN, and it will tell you all about it. And basically, you get this VPN number, and it gives you a list of all the different countries that you could possibly be in. And then you click on the British one, it comes up. Your computer then thinks it's in the UK when it's actually not. And then you can watch programmes that are in the UK that you've downloaded from UK sites. Easy. Jobs are good. I think it costs something like 99p for gazillion years or something ridiculous. It really is cheap. Edith Wendy, Lee Woodward, Mike Mackey, he's put his site up again. Yeah, keep bunging up there, son. Joshua Baker. What do I think about Hunted? Right, Joshua, I'm going to let you in a little secret with Hunted. About probably 4.5 years, I went to meet a guy called David Glover. Now, he was a senior producer for, not a senior producer, a commissioning editor. Now, for those that you remember all the stuff I've done, I did a thing called Drugs Live, where I basically dumped a disco biscuit, got on a brain scanner, had a quick twitch and a stroll, and got a bit angry, and anyway, got interviewed. So I met all these Channel 4 people then. David Glover showed a massive interest in some of the stuff that I was doing and said to me, would you like to come in for an interview and we'll chat about some of your ideas? So I went in there with all the ideas I had. I had hundreds of ideas, and hunting was one of the ideas that I presented to him. And in the industry, you write up a thing called a treatment. Now, I'd written a treatment about hunted. I've still got it somewhere on a computer, I'm sure. And I wrote this treatment up, you know, and I called it On the Run or something like that is what I called it. And basically explained to him how it'd be fun to run something similar to combat survival that you do on selection. But you could do it on a countrywide thing. It would be great fun. You know, you could get participation from the audience. People could be looking for them. You could offer prizes, etc., etc., etc. There's one for you tonight, okay? And and that's how I left it. Anyway, he never got back to me. And sure, on as eggs are eggs, you know, about a year later, they've worked it up with another company. I'm not sure who did it, Shine TV or someone like that. They've worked it up with another company, dumped me out of the frame and carried on with it. That's TV for you, I'm afraid. It was a good idea. I think the show still lacks. I think that it could be a lot better than what it is. And I think they should take my challenge up of putting a team together of SAS soldiers and going on the run. Because I don't think they'd catch us. And then I'd flip it on its head and let them go on the run and see if they could evade us. They won't do it. I did say we'd do it for charity. But they have not got back to me. Although quite a few of the hunters actually started following me on Twitter. And they retweeted some of my stuff. And I think probably I'm being a bit unfair on the hunters and that, because they probably would be quite up for it. It's the television channel, as usual. I think Channel 4's probably, you know, not up for it. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I think about hunted. Oh, not as good as that coffee. Colin Trevor Dodd never misses Who Dares Wins. Virtual private network. I would like to recommend the Invis Go. There you go. So Brian's all over this stuff as well. There's always someone more technical than me. I pick this stuff up as I go around. Has Corbyn been marked with lying nutter? Be nice, wouldn't it? I'd tattoo him with that, mate. Don't worry about that. Bernie Watson's giggling at something. Ooh, Kenneth Williams. What's the difference between Big Phil and the backdrop? The wall has no chance of getting plastered and coming with. Yeah. Mate, I won't be getting plastered either, I'm afraid. Louise Hill's watching. Good evening, Louise. How are you? Dane Newton, Virtual Private Network. Yeah, you're all over it now. Alistair Weir, I received my EDC torch this week. Saves me relying on my bad jokes to take it. You could actually talk someone to death, I am sure. Okay? And if that doesn't work, you can bash him on your head with your trumpet, which isn't a trumpet, it's a cornet. Right? So, a cornetto. Okay, so you could do that. Leif Stacey, I tormented them about it last night. Good. Get on to them. Get on to hunting. Let them know. Let them know. The public want to see a team of SAS men screaming around the countryside. It'll be fun. Mike Mackey stuck his thing up again. Get on there. Give him a quick, because he ain't going away. And nor are the homeless, I'm afraid, at the moment. So let's get on it. Shine 2 Shite TV, says Neil Weiner. Darren, by the way. Virtual Private Network. Leif Stacey. That would be epic. Mike, put his logo again. Right, Philip Butterworth. When are we going to hear about 6 days? Right, I am hopefully trying to line up a meet in Hereford next week with a couple of the guys that were actually there. Don't forget, I'm trying to get Rusty on as well. So there are a few people who want to talk to me about this. I have made a couple of. I know I won't go to Rusty tonight because Liverpool are on the telly, so I won't be able to speak to him tonight. But I left him a message the other day. He'd lost comms and said to me, get back in touch with him. So I am on it. But like I say, I'm not going to do the assault myself. I could do it, but I'm not going to do it justice. I'm going to bring someone on this show who was actually there. And I think that's the way to do it. So, what's this about? Judy Gillespie. Maritime security officer has been detained in Dubai for carrying prescription drugs for the last 6 months. There you go. But nothing surprises me. Nothing surprises me.
They've got a petition on Facebook. Can people sign?
Okay, there's a petition on Facebook. I'll get that link shared. Obviously, you know, these anti-piracy guys are travelling some of the world's more floppy countries, shall I say, for want of a better word, and these people don't understand and just, I don't know, just seem to take joy in locking up people for locking up sake for the minorest of infringements. You know, if I'd understand if they've been caught with 15 kilos of K, you know, and half of it stuffed up his nose, that's a fair one. But when you've got a prescription drug, and there's guys on prescription drugs for all sorts of stuff, do you know what I mean? High blood pressure, this, that, the other. You just can't go. It just makes me mad that these countries can't. They're doing a job. They're protecting your fucking industries, you stupid, cretinous fucking imbeciles. Why can't you just let them do their job? So if you're watching me in Dubai, if you're in a pub, just let guys do their jobs. Do you know what I mean? You'd moan if the pirates were still marauding around the seas, wouldn't you? You'd be moaning then. Everton have just equalised. Sorry, Rusty, I had to laugh. You'd moan if the pirates were still marauding around the seas, wouldn't you? You would moan, wouldn't you? So let the guys do their job. Unbelievable.
Jason Field, if you fancy a brew and a bite to eat next week when you're in Hereford, take a detour to Worcester. Well, we were thinking about going there, weren't we?
We were thinking about going to Worcester, actually. Bernie Watson, who's fighting on this year's Remembrance Rumble 3? Well, I will be. I think Matt will be. I'm pretty sure Jim will be. I'm hoping Billy will be. I would imagine Rob will want to. And I've got a couple of others that I don't know yet, so I'm not going to announce. On the American side of things, I need to speak to John Snyder because he'll be setting up the American team again, and I don't know who's bringing. I'm hoping we can actually get, you know, some guys more our age to fight this year, so they don't beat the fuck out of us again. Basically, no, I don't care. You bring what you want, John. Honestly, but I'm hoping to get really good matches again this year. I think so, you know, people moaned about one of the matches in particular this year. It's a very difficult thing to do. Is match fights, but I think we did all right last year. I'm confident we'll do all right again this year. So yeah, no, it'll be a great event again. So I don't know who the fighters are
Jim
right now. All of them.
Yeah,
Jim will be fighting. Jim loves a fight. Do you know what I mean? Jim loves it. Absolutely loves it. And if you don't know, Jim rides motorbikes as well, and he rides them extremely fast. And he does it for True Heroes Racing. So Google True Heroes Racing, and he's on the proper the British Superbike circuit. And I've been down to see them, and it is an absolutely impressive day out. Absolutely, really proper, you know, full-on racing, real good stuff. So Jim's there slamming his knee down on every corner and giving it big licks. And I do hope to do something with Jim this year, or go and cover some of his training, and bring that as one of my either a live show or do this recording thing, and maybe get a GoPro on the front of his bike on a couple of laps of his warm-up or something like that, which would be good.
I won.
Jim won. Jim is nails. So happy New Year, mate. Yeah, happy New Year to you as well, Jim. So no, it'd be good to go down and see Jim, and like I say, get a GoPro on his bike and have a look at what he does, because it's a proper good team, and they've got a couple of guys there. It's a great setup, but I'll talk more about that when I've spoken to Jim, and maybe get Jim on to talk about it, because it's all veterans. True Heroes Racing, Google it, have a quick butchers, and I'll bring Jim on hopefully, and we'll have a chat about it, because it's a massive coup. And Jim, if you didn't know, is I think Jim's also sponsored by Rich Energy. There you go. Kevin Greenhow just stalked Wendy's page, get her in front of the camera, should sell more stuff. Yeah, she's in her gym jams at the moment. She'll be selling nothing.
Sean Connolly said he just bought 2 hoodies for XXL, now sold out, mate.
Nice one. Oh, fuck, that means I ain't going to get one. Yeah, bastard. I'll be fighting it. Right, I've seen that. I will come to her, or I will come to Hereford to see you. If you come to Worcester, come and see us. Or I'll come to Hereford and see you. Okay, Louise, yeah, keep tabs on where we are next week, because we will be around. We were trying to we were going to try and do the fan next week as well, so get down to Brecon as well. Bobby Crick. Hello to you, Judy Gillespie, John Marriott. Have or would you fight for an endangered species? Are you a rhino? I haven't really thought about that, to be honest. We haven't put the charities to the guys. Haven't brought in what they want to do, but mate, anything's possible, isn't it? So let's cross that bridge when we start putting the show together. But that is a good idea in essence, and Jim's just backed that up as well. Just bought 2 hoodies, says Sean Connolly. Well done, Wendy. Lovely to see you both. Don't get Brad on that 50 cal coffee. Seriously, it keeps you going for hours. There you go. Jim's put the link up to True Heroes Racing. Have a look at it. Honestly, it's so impressive, and the guys they're a proper good bunch of lads, and it's really close knit thing down there. I was so impressed when I went down to see him. It's awesome. Christopher Whitehead. Hi Phil. Regarding the US South Korea scenario, do you think we should be worried? As a Special Forces soldier, do you think when the Americans start, we will start with them? Difficult one, this one. I did speak a little bit about it yesterday. I don't think anything's going to happen right soon. I don't think anybody outside of the DMZ's got anything to fucking worry about. I don't think he's going to be lobbing stuff any further than fucking Phnom Penh, to be honest. In fact, I did read something in April. He tested one of his missiles and actually dropped it on one of his own towns. So he's probably, in the way he's gobbing off, it's trash talk. He's taking what I call a 10-inch piss with a 2-inch dick. He really is. You know, it's all chat as far as I'm concerned. You know, whether it'll come to something, whether you know Donald will suddenly go, I'll tell you what, I've had enough of this. I'm just going to steamroll you anyway because you're pissing me off. Whether there's a bigger game behind the back, you know, what's China's involvement, what's Japan's involvement, are the big dogs in there, you know, it's a whole plethora of complete uncomfortable stupidity, really. So I wouldn't be getting too bothered about it now. I certainly wouldn't be hitting the panic button or digging myself a shell scrape in my back garden. That wouldn't be happening, do you know what I mean? So I think you can safely say you'll be all right. Richard Hunt, he's back from his 30-day Facebook ban. Fair play to you, mate. Parachuters and extreme hairdressers scare the shit out of Korea, says Neil Wiener. Okay, any more questions coming in? We're running out of questions. Had a fair old show tonight, haven't we? Anyway, so what are we going to do next week? Next week, I'm hoping to go to Hereford. So I am hoping to meet a couple of the guys from the embassy, and I'm hoping to bring you that show next week. So by hook or by crook, I should be doing some pretty exciting stuff next week. I'm going to try and pre-record some stuff up the fan, which we'll do, and then I'm going to try and feed it in through a live link. If I do fail to do it myself next week, the week after, I'm having some proper media editing and that training from a friend of mine's company in Shoreditch. So I should be going to learn a few bits and pieces, so I can put even more decent stuff your way. Because like I say, most of the stuff I do, the good stuff I do, happens during the day and not at 9 o'clock at night. But I do it at 9 o'clock at night so we can reach the audiences. People can sit down, they can relax after they've had their tea and watch it, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so that's the compromise. David Nichols watching. What else have we got on here? Take a wind stop. No, I'm not taking no wind stop. Not when I've been on the coffee, mate. Absolutely no way. Tickets for Remembrance Rumble. When are they out this year? Fernie Watson. They'll be out.
We're going to put them out early this year.
We're going to stick them out early this year, get them done. I've got my SIA course paid for now, Phil. Finally stepping into security. Okay, nice one. Let us know how you go with it. Let us know what you think of the course. And any questions, of course, you can put them on here. We can open it up. There's quite a few security experts here. We'll be, leading all sorts of stuff. There's all sorts of people watch this. So if you've got any massively burning questions, if you've got something that you're not quite sure on, it's always good to ask. Okay, you won't never get laughed at for asking. You won't never get laughed at for asking, but you will get laughed at for getting it wrong. Okay, so that's your sort of like guideline on that one. If you don't know,
Keelan when we go up to Leeds Airsoft again.
I will do. Colin's going to Hereford. Let me know when you're going so I can make sure I'm nowhere fucking near the place. I'm joking, mate. Bring your PT kit when you're in Worcester and do my boot camp, says Jason Field. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. If you let us know where it is, we'll film it as well. Can you give a shout out for Adrian and Annette in Jersey, please? Yeah, I need to give a Jersey shout out actually. Well, obviously Adrian and Annette, but the Dog and Duck, all those in the Dog and Duck who I haven't spoken to for a while. And I went through my messages the other day. Like you always know you've forgotten somebody on New Year's Eve and should have sent them a message. Well, I didn't send the pub on any. I didn't send them nothing. So there you go. Happy New Year to the Dog and Duck. Phil saving the packet and being off the booze. He can be quicker for your wedding, Wendy's. Ernie, you're always fucking stirring the pot. Do you know what stirring the pot is? This always makes me laugh. I don't know why, and I don't know why I know this. It's quite disturbing actually. But in Swahili, stirring the pot means koroga. Koroga is a word they use in Swahili for stirring the pot, and yeah, that's what you're doing, Ernie, right now. So you will now be known today as Ernie Koroga Magookin. Okay, Ernie Stir the Pot Magookin. There you go. You can check that up on Google as well if you don't believe me, but it is honestly Koroga means to stir the pot. Bobby, Crick, Phil, sorry, going back to the boxing. If you would like me to play last post, please PM me. Of course I will, buddy. Not a problem. My link keeps freezing. That's all right. It won't freeze all year, mate. Okay, that's about all we've got time for tonight. It is a Friday, of course, and I do hope you're going out on the piss because I'm not. I'm hoping to go to the gym. Well, I'm not hoping to go to the gym. I will be going to the gym tomorrow morning. Perry's out on the piss. I imagine he'll be in it sometime tonight. Hope he don't wake me up. Or he'll be meeting Mr. Left followed by Mr. Right on his way down the corridor. Wendy, what are you up to?
I don't know yet.
Wendy's not got the camera to hold now because I've got you on a tripod and all that sort of stuff. So Wendy's redundant.
That was nice.
What, the old belch? I know, I've got the windy pops. So yeah, Wendy's a bit redundant at the moment. She's sort of like just sat there. She's sat there like the director now. I'm going to have to get one of those director chairs so she can sit over there and bump her gums. But she will have a job soon because when I get this split screen thing going, she's going to have to control it from back there. So how do you feel about that, Wendy?
Well, I don't know. I'll let you know.
I'll let you know. Yeah, okay, right. So that's about us. Andrew's licking his balls. It's a really nice sight. Thank you, Andrew. I wish I could do that.
Oh,
yes, he's got a mouthful of bollocks. Very nice, Andrew. Thank you very much. Right. Have a nice weekend. Have a great time. When do you got? When you got?
Yeah, I know. I haven't got to do that, but I'm waiting for a few seconds.
Okay, so we will. We'll give you a great big, because let me know if this does go on tonight. Okay, all right. So I'm going to give you the Who Dares wins, and you let me know if it comes in tonight. So there you go. Who Dares wins, and we'll give it a good. Should we give it a good 10 seconds, Wendy? There we go.